So as you guys might know, we got early access to Starfield. I've been playing the game on as many cloud PC platforms as I can since. We first started on both tiers of Shadow, so I got to play the game with a machine as low as a GTX 1080. I also got to play the game on a machine equivalent to the GeForce Now 4080 SuperPods. So after playing Starfield on several various cloud platforms, I can tell you this. I know exactly why Starfield is capped at 30 FPS on console. Ready for more information? Let's get into it. I made a video previously on how I thought Starfield was going to be the new Cyberpunk for this year. Feel free to check that video out for context, but I was right and I was wrong. How so? Well, I thought Starfield was going to look unfinished the way Cyberpunk did to a degree, and that's not necessarily the case. I can't say the game looks great, it looks okay, even on Ultra, but I'll come back to that later. It's clear that Bethesda capped the game at 30 FPS on console because beyond 30 FPS is where all the problems happen. I can also guarantee the visuals on console will never go past medium, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game on Xbox Cloud to verify this, since this should mimic the experience on the Series X at 1080p. So far, the best experience I have had on the game is with the new Air GPU AMD W6800. This tier just got released, feel free to check that out above. Or you can try the AWS A10G tier. Of course the latter is quite expensive, but these cloud machines are very balanced in terms of hardware. The Shadow power upgrade would follow next. Now with other cloud machines I've used, I've gotten lower performance, massive hiccups, stutters, and crashes either due to lack of hardware balance or game optimization. For instance, I tried playing a game on a modest tier of Vultr that could handle the game. They are using the NVIDIA A4 for their GPU, which can handle 4K pretty well. The problem isn't the GPU, it's the lack of CPU power they give you. 6 virtual cores isn't enough for this game. I got hiccup after hiccup during the worst times because the CPU is trying to play catch up.
Today's not gonna be your day, pal.
Yeah, no kidding, pal. I do not recommend this tier of Vultr for this game at all, since they don't let you add more CPUs to your configuration. Next, I went all out and tried the game on a fantastic RTX 4090 configuration, similar to what the GeForce Now Ultimate tier uses, with 16 cores of AMD Threadripper Pro 5965WX. I did max this puppy out to Ultra at 4K, but I gotta be honest, going to Ultra didn't really look too much different versus, let's say, Medium. This game doesn't have too much pop graphically, plus, there are certain areas where I can only max out at a certain frame rate, no matter if I turn the settings down to low or not. Super unoptimized. Will FSR 3 help with this scenario? I sure hope so. And the biggest issue with this setup was the exact opposite problem versus Vultr. This setup was too much CPU power for the 4090, and the GPU was flipping out, causing constant skipping almost every 10 to 15 seconds depending on environment. This was a major concern for me because problems like this could hinder the game from launching on GeForce Now this week. After these findings, I wouldn't be surprised if they held it off for now, as much as I hate to say it, guys. I hope this is a problem with just this machine and not on GeForce Now. Oh my god, this is absolutely terrible. The next platform I tried was a custom build on TensorDock. I built a 16-core but lower CPU than the Threadripper, AMD EPYC CPU build with 32 gigs of RAM, and I went with the A6000 this time, which would be closely equivalent to an RTX 3090. I put my settings on high at 4K, and performance was great, especially in dense cities. The hardware balance seemed to be much better. The problem this time was that I got many crashes. I think I received about 3 crashes in a span of an hour, until I turned the settings back down to medium, and the problem subsided for a longer period of time. I still crashed, but it was much longer now. So basically, what I'm saying is that it looks like the game performs better on lower performing systems, aka machines that stay in the 30 FPS range. This now makes sense on why they limited consoles to 30 FPS, so they can avoid stutters and crashes. I've actually never had an issue with the base Shadow tier. No stutters or crashes yet. Sure, I get 25 to 30 FPS on low in most places, but it runs. So instead of optimizing the game, they just wanted to limit performance to avoid that. I see you, Microsoft. Well done, Bethesda. Let me know your experiences with the game on the cloud platform you're playing on. Feel free to come back to comment on this video when the game releases fully. And if you like this overview of Starfield on cloud platforms, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and Discord in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, or gaming galaxy now, Cloud Gaming Battle. This is the Black Knight. Remember guys, money over optimization, always.